kids. So, you might have noticed I've deleted my last few videos, and the reason being is I am diagnosed bipolar, and I was coming across on the manic side of things in the vids, with good reason. You know, I've just been deplatformed off Facebook. People have been giving me grief on certain other subjects, and I fell out with certain people, and it's not what I needed in my life. I started this channel to raise the collective consciousness. I want to raise the vibration and raise the frequency of the public, and I'm not out to damage it anymore, and I'm certainly not out to have my own energy drained and let anything bring me down. So I've blocked 3 people, 3 accounts. It turned out to be trolls. You know, they were doing nothing but giving me grief. Like, they're not out here with their faces on camera speaking their truth. Whether it's your truth or not, it doesn't matter. You're free to leave your opinion in the comments, that's fine, but you know, don't give me grief because you don't agree with me. Like I say, you don't give offence, you take offence, and it's up to you to take offence. I've said what I said. If it doesn't resonate, then just please leave. I'm out to talk about psyops today and conspiracies in general. I stumbled across a very interesting 3-part post, which I'm going to talk about to you in a minute. So basically, there's been a lot of talk about whether 16 plus 1, the 17th letter of the alphabet, is a psyop itself. It is a massive psyop. Well, before we go down that rabbit hole, let me explain to you. The biggest psyop being pulled right now is the world governments in general against the people, and that's why you're seeing a lot of backlash worldwide. That's why you're seeing thousands of people all over Europe, in England, in America, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, thousands. They're rising in their thousands, and they're reopening for January. They're reopening in certain countries. So yeah, I think that's for the best. I think we need to show them what's up, and that we can't live like this anymore. It's been too long, you know. In March it'll have been a year, won't it, in the UK? And that's a long time, you know, for anyone's standards, for anyone's mental health. It's not good for any of us. None of us are raising anything while we're getting about like that. I thought waking up was also all about becoming more positive and becoming a lighter person, you get me? But you know, it seems it's not all about that at all. There's a lot of character assassination that goes down. There's a lot of gang stalking that goes down. There's a lot of trolling that goes down. There's a lot of shills, infiltrators, call them what you like. A lot of paid people who are there to come after you because they don't like what you got to say. Basically, I was shadow banned on here, which I didn't even know about. Okay, shadow banning is when certain stuff, you know, you'll have certain comments come through and other ones don't. They're held for review, which I didn't even know about. You have to go and check it in YouTube Studio and do all that business yourself. Now, I'm a technology dinosaur, so I don't really understand that kind of stuff, right? And I went in there and found out what was what. But considering, and I've been accused as one of these who's taking offence at a question I've been asked concerning the information, that's wrong. That's not who I am. I'll answer any questions you've got. And I was being talked about like I wasn't present. You know, I'm always present. I'm in the present moment. But I don't like that. I don't think that's fair. You know, I'm not going to mention any names because why should I? This isn't your channel. Go and make your own if you're that brave. You know what I mean? Do what I do. Go and put it on all on the line like I do. I'm waiting for replies from certain people at the moment as to whether I can interview them. Fingers crossed, things will work out for me. I'm not sure the future of the channel. I'm just going to keep doing my thing, and basically, if it works and it resonates with people, then it works and it resonates with people. If it doesn't, it is what it is. At least I gave it a go. So we're going to get a bit more into this. The reason people think that is now because they've seen Joe Biden's inauguration. Okay? Now, we've heard a lot of talk about there was a car park behind the White House. I've heard talk that he was holding the pen with the wrong hand to sign stuff with. When you turn the volume right up on that video, you can hear him saying, I don't even know what I'm signing. They didn't salute the Marines on the way in. The Marines looked like they'd turned their back on them in the White House. And when you turn the volume way up on that one, you can hear him say to his wife, you're supposed to salute the Marines. You know, Trump would always do one back after they'd saluted him. So all these things are strange, I agree, yeah, it doesn't smell right, you know, there probably is a rat in the works, but it's not the way a lot of people on YouTube are talking about it. If there is a plan, a true plan, and I said I'm going to talk to MSeeker about this in our next interview, then only about 10 people worldwide would know it. One of them being DT himself, most of them probably being family members, you know, or very, very, very high up ranking people. He doesn't get on the phone with YouTubers and go, I like what you're doing. Keep it up, okay? It's very good work. You know, that's not Trump. He was you remember his show was called The Apprentice. From being an apprentice, when you meditate and you go on to being an ascending master, as you never stop ascending. Yes, so it kind of makes sense. I mentioned something in my other video I thought was important about magic, MAGA, MAGA, is the highest rank in Satanism. So considering this is a Christian movement, that needs some digging in itself, you know, MAGA, and look it up yourself. It's on the Church of Satan's website. I'm telling you literally where to look now, you know. I guess most of my subscribers, they're truth seekers like myself, and so they're on their own little journeys, you know. I'm doing some investigative journalism here and there, but one thing I am is always honest. I'm not here to tell lies or anything. So it may well be I'm in two minds. That may well come true, and I hope it does, the 16+1. It still can. They talk about Trump making a third party now, don't they, the Republican Party? Well, it's always been a two-party system in America, so that will in itself change the game. Yeah. So the rules are changing, we know this. You know, how much attraction it gains, whether it ends up being patriots versus globalists, and this ends up being a worldwide thing, who knows, because that's the way it certainly looks to me. So, yeah, we're going to get a little bit into conspiracy design principles. This is what I call it. Okay, identify the right villain. Like I say, two-headed snake. Look out for who's right and who's wrong and who's evil and who's good. Bob Marley once said, evil never has a day off, so why should I? Rest in peace, one love. So blame the right villain. Blame your target audience's favourite bad guys. See if any of this sounds familiar. See if any of these characters sound like they're already on YouTube, and then you know who you're looking out for. So you blame your target audience's favourite bad guy or bad guys for distressing incidents or trends. And I'm going to give a good example of that. Rome, 331 BC, okay? Eminent men mysteriously became ill, and most of those died. A theory took off that upper-class women were poisoning them. Male elites in Rome generally viewed upper-class women and slaves as threatening. Now, isn't that interesting? They relied heavily on the exploitation of both groups. Kind of like what's going on here, like I say, patriots, globalists. And this is a worldwide thing. We're constantly worried that both would turn on them, but the truth is it was probably the plague at that time that took them out. You know, just like I've never been a C-19 denier. See my video on it. I do think it exists. The question is it man-made? Did it come from that lab that we were told about? Why was the money sent to that lab years ago? There's a lot of questions that need asking, and all you need to do is this much scratching off the surface, and you can get your truth. Okay, I'm going to carry on. The next section is identify the right anxiety and obsession. Well, let me just explain. Like I say, the world's governments, and actually a big team of psychiatrists have come out and said that the British government are guilty of carrying out a psyop on the people, selling them a lot of propaganda and keeping them in a low vibration with a lot of fear going around. So who needs fact checking? Who needs kicking off the internet? Yeah, it's not the people telling you the truth like they have been, deplatformed for nothing, not given a reason and not given a right to appeal. That's disgusting. That kind of censorship is dangerous. They are going to take away your free speech. They will take away all of your rights if you continue to let them. So that person who had a comment about that yesterday, you really think that stops the virus? You really think this is even about a virus? No, it doesn't stop the virus. It'll help if someone's going to sneeze on you. It'll stop that happening. Yeah, the particles can travel through that mask. We've already been told they're useless. I am genuinely exempt, but you had a go at me about this. This is just your symbology of being a slave, mate. You're into bondage, let's face it. There's only two sides. You can choose freedom or... And then there's being sensible, yeah. When I needed to go to hospital, I'll put it on rather than my exemption lanyard. And I do have an exemption lanyard because I have an underlying health condition, which you're not even allowed to question. But now you've got an answer, so I hope you feel great. Actually, you're blocked, so chances are you ain't going to see this video. Well, it doesn't matter. So identify the right anxiety and obsession, and let's be honest, the government are causing the most of that. Tap into your target audience's anxieties and obsessions. Okay, this is why there are a lot of wolves surrounding sheep right now, and there are a lot of YouTubers who need to be careful because they've got nothing but wolves and shills around them. Here's an example, Romania, 2008. Many women refuse to have their daughters vaccinated. You know how I feel about Maxine. That's what we'll say, Maxine. Maxinated. You know how I feel about Maxine. I've had them all as a child. I had the high school ones, you know, I've had some other ones in the course of my life that I thought were necessary at the time. But do I fancy this rushed thing? Do I, hell? Is it the mark of the beast? I don't know. I'm not qualified to give you that answer. But many women refuse to have their daughters vaccinated against the HPV virus, responsible for 99% of cervical cancers. The rates were so low that a school-based vaccination program was abandoned. See how careful you have to be, YouTube stupid, man. While Romania has the highest fatality rate from cervical cancer in Europe. Yeah, certainly got questions about cancer and also about natural remedies. Numerous conspiracy theories about why this vaccination was offered based on the history of the government meddling with women's fertility, a general lack of trust in the healthcare system, an idea that the program was a medical experiment by the pharmaceutical industry. We also need stepping up to, really, and just telling what we want. And the fact that we've got lots of natural cures, and he's discussing all the holistic options that he's discussing too. So I'm always trying this self-empowerment, getting better and better. I've been eating healthier, been doing a little bit more exercise, I've been meditating regular, I've been feeling a lot calmer, regardless of what the last few days on YouTube have looked like. Sometimes this will happen as you follow my story. You will notice, oh, he's in bipolar mode again, that's what mood he's in. And then other times you will see me when I'm much more calm. You know, it's one or the other. It's if you've got three candidates, Candidate A will say it's black, Candidate B will say it's white, Candidate C will say it's a shade of grey. All of them will say they were correct. Okay, this is how commenting works on social media. All of them will say they're correct, they don't want to hear anymore. They've got certain bits of your message that's resonated with them, but that's it now. White, black, shade of grey. Chances are neither of them are right. You know, I might have said something entirely different. I might have said a lighter shade of grey. But there you go, that's how it works, man. Like I say, you don't give offence, you take offence. So I give an opinion, and if you take offence, that's up to you. There are plenty of other YouTubers you can go and watch. And I do appreciate that you've supported me in the past by watching my videos, but you can't continue like that. If you do, I have to kick you off. Okay, conspiracy design principles 2. And I'm going to take a small little drink. I hope you don't mind. I've just got a really dry mouth. Oh, I also make music, by the way. Like I made a video about the new band I'm in. I'm going to be uploading all our music online soon, and using a few stills during the videos. So we'll have a couple of music videos up soon. Thinking of doing a band Instagram account, keeping myself nice and busy. So, conspiracy design principles number 2. exploit tribalism. Ah, you see, what's a tribe? Ask yourself that question. In a sense, the freedom movement is a tribe. At the same time, the left is a tribe. Left versus right. Like I say, globalists, patriots, you're all coming head to head. Seems to be a worldwide thing. A trend. Divide and conquer. When the answer is what they're afraid of. It's love. It's not fear. They think the fear is the answer. Fear is the furthest away from what you want. Yeah. I've lost fear of everything now. As soon as I lost fear of death, everything in my perspective had changed. And that's when I first had, well, not when I first had a spiritual awakening, but somewhere near the start of the process. Once you've lost that fear, no other fears really matter. Other than spiders, man, you catch me with a spider, I'm off. You know, and I've only dealt with the small house spiders in the UK. I've seen some of the big, oh my God. Sorry to blasphemize and all that, but maybe it's necessary in that situation. Okay, so you make your target audience feel good about themselves. Now, you're a smart young man on a quest for the truth. I won't say that who that was an impression of. Mr. Mainstream Media. Put down those it sees as rivals. That's a bad thing to do. Something I'm working on as well at the moment. I never want to put down. I don't really have rivals, but I don't really want to be putting people down, you know. You want to get back what you put out, so I'm trying to only put out positivity, good things, positive mental attitudes, helping people out, helping them discover love, showing them how to live in the heart when they want to, by breathing and practicing. It's easy really, it's just practicing staying still and breathing properly, because humans have forgotten to breathe. They don't use the diaphragm no more. See, it's not a big one, taking in all the clean stuff and getting rid of all the toxins on the way out like it used to be. It's nice to do that out in nature, like I've said in many of my other videos. That's a form of meditation in itself. So yeah, to make your target audience feel good about yourself and to put down those you see as your rivals. For example, a national group or a gender group. Oh, can't be arsed with women. Women need to be back in the kitchen and they need to be cooking. Okay? So there's an example. A national group, I had it the other day. I explained about the Britain flag. I had an old profile with the Britain flag on it, and someone went, you best take that down so you don't think you're racist. Bro, what about people who follow football? What about people who follow the Olympics? And B, it isn't racist anyway. If you're born in this country and you want to display your flag, that's fine. You were born in this country, it's called Great Britain. There are several nations involved, which include the Irish, include the Welsh and the Scottish. Okay, that's Great Britain, not the Republic of Ireland, I understand, but when you live in Great Britain, you're going to give someone grief for displaying a Great Britain flag because they're from Great Britain. Wow. I'm only joking, our kid, you're a good lad. Strange for you to pull me up still, like I'm the problem. I'm not the problem, your government's the problem. Okay, people are attracted to conspiracy theories that satisfy prejudiced attitudes. Now that's true to an extent, but I'm attracted to all kinds of conspiracy theories. I love lots of Gnosticism. I'm getting people on the channel who want to talk about that, who want to talk about Reiki masters, people who do past life regression, people who do something called cradle therapy, which is you go back into the fetal position, apparently release a lot of traumas that you've been storing since you were a baby. So this is all going to be fascinating stuff, and the people who've ended up getting themselves removed from my channel now are going to miss out on all of this, and I'm sorry all, because I've got plenty of bomb content for you all to come. So, let's carry on. Distinctions between in-groups and out-groups can strengthen social bonds, provide a sense of protection against those your target audience finds threatening, particularly effective in groups that are involved in mutual conflict. All interesting, all food for thought. To exploit uncertainty is another one. So, they've given an interesting example. I'll tell you my stance on it in the end. This is what they've said. People turn those conspiracy theories in a crisis, and it's the government putting out the crisis, mate. You know, the frog's in the pan with the boiling water. You can only get so high. Right, so we're talking about the G story. The idea that G has been that has serious health consequences has been around, causing autism, infertility, and cancer, etc. I haven't seen proof that they don't. You know, I don't know if they do, but I haven't seen proof that they don't. Radiation's certainly not the best for you, is it? I mean, it can be if it's used in a treatment in cancer to kill all the cells in your body altogether, but it's not a good idea, you know, and then they'll regrow. And it's not a good idea. But I've got more to cover anyway. It got little traction, really. A few people even started torching them, whether that was crisis acting. Like I say, we all were watching this journey together, this movie. Emergence of the mysterious new coronavirus C19 in December 2019. I think there were actually strains of it found earlier than that, but that set the stage for the story to take off about G being dangerous, which I don't know if it is. Could be. So there. I mean, I've got this thing. It's a crystal. It's got. You know, that helps protect me from EMFs. Got copper in it. Several different types of crystals surrounding me all of the time. So, the emergence of the new C19 in December 2019 set the stage for the story to take off. An interview with an obscure family doctor was published in January the 22nd, 2020. Look at that, all the twos for the numerology. January 2020 in a Belgian newspaper. G is life-threatening and no one knows it. Although they've put that in air quotes, so I don't know who they're referring to who's apparently said that. Linked dangers of G to the new C19. They could be linked. What I'm thinking is G, that some people have currently got, he's not even switched on really in this country, you know what I mean? That's what we saw when we saw people dropping dead in Wuhan right at the start of the pandemic. I think that could have been those towers. I might be wrong, but look how many towers you've seen going up all over the shop, and look how close they are in vicinities to, say, nurseries, hospitals. I've seen them near primary schools. That's unusual to say the least. It certainly raises questions. If you aren't asking questions and you're just going, okay, newspaper says no, then good luck in life. So yeah, this is me covering the other side of the pan, the other side of the coin in a way. So, linked dangers to G to the new C19, no evidence required, although there may well be evidence. Plenty of people have done studies on it. I believe Mark Steele's even won in court over it, proving that there were some dangers, not that it's necessarily linked to the C19. People demand explanations and they want answers quickly. That's true, and that's always been true, and it always will be true. I've got the final page of conspiracy design principles for you now. Exploit knowledge gaps. Now, this is something that happens quite a lot. Address some kind of ambiguity or mystery. Example: an unexplained plane crashes or sudden celebrity deaths, like Kobe Bryant, or the most recent one, Larry King, Crown, coronavirus. It's all a ritual. Okay, I've said that since the start. And I'll carry on saying that all the way through. Shield Destroyer taught me it was a 500-day ritual, which would mean it ends in summer solstice. I've got no reason to distrust him. All the videos he's put out have been brilliant so far. Actually, go to vk.com right now and search for Shield Destroyer. You'll see a picture of the Grim Reaper. Add him, watch his videos, man. He'll wake you all up. If you're not already there yet, you'll be there. Some brilliant vids. I was going to get him on the channel, man, but during this recent purge where they kicked me off Facebook, they've kicked him off YouTube now, so it's up to people like me to get the message and the information out there. Okay. So, exploit knowledge gaps. Address some kind of ambiguity or mystery. Example: unexplained plane crashes or suddenly celebrity deaths, and I've given some example of those. Leverage situations where authorities either can't or won't provide information. Knowledge gaps combine with a general mistrust of authority. ideal conditions leading target audiences to those who claim they have the answers, whereas no one really has the answers. Everyone's on their own individual paths for truth. I've said that from the beginning. They have certain answers because certain truths have been put out there, but you think if the full truth was out there, that's a smart idea on anyone's part. If Q was 16 plus 1 was 100% real, all meat and no bones, then you know, the enemy would know the plan. So that would just be stupid, would it not? Think about this thing. So that's what it says. It has necessary information. It says that at the start, necessary misinformation, which makes sense. Again, that's why I'm staying on the fence. I want it to be true for the sake of these children who are apparently being rescued from the... But, you know, we want that to end. So, where are we up to? Ideal conditions leading target audiences to those who claim to have the answers. Science, government, inquiries and other legitimate forms of information gathering can be painfully slow. Very true when you research. Leaves a temporary void that you can exploit. Example, scientist Andrew Wakefield falsely claimed that the MMR vaccine led to autism in the 1990s. It took decades of research to establish that this claim had no scientific basis whatsoever, and it left plenty of time for this theory to do serious damage. Like I say, there are important vaccines, that's why I've had some, that have had years of development behind them, and we know about them, and then there are things that have been rushed within a year under Operation Warp Speed, because it needed to be done because it was a big political power grab. That's my opinion, again. Like, you know, I don't really want any doses of that crap, to be honest, if it's up to me. But that's my body, my life, my choice, my mind. I think what I want. I wish everyone would do the same. Right, okay. Conspiracy theory, feedback loop, and this is the very last section we've got for you, because we've had a pretty long video today for me, half an hour. Alright, conspiracy feedback loop, this will be interesting. Get your theory all the attention possible. There's a lot of that been going on. You know, theories and stuff that's backed with facts. Good or bad. Yes, that's right, because all press is good press, positive press. The more a theory is discussed, the more legitimate it becomes. Makes sense as well. You know, e.g. G and the C19 connection. Well, we've talked about that. Recent analysis of tweets that mention G and C19 found only 34.8% suggested a connection. Now, I don't think there's a connection. That's not really a big deal in the freedom movement, but here we go. Majority either denounced the theory or gave no opinion, but the volume of tweets made the theory sound more legitimate. Now, the best video I've seen on Maxime's has been made by Seeker of Truth. I'm not just saying that because he's my boy, but it's on Rumble. He had it on YouTube. It was taken down within the first half an hour of it being posted. That's because it had the truth in there, basically. If you want to know a lot about all three that are being offered, which is the Moderna, the AstraZeneca and the BioNTech Pfizer. Now, I've learnt a lot about all three of them through that video, so big up Em, that was nice of you, mate. I really appreciate that. And that's today's video. Peace and power, love.
Please like and subscribe.